Welcome to another episode of Breaking Bank. I'm your host, Jack McCaig. All the work you can get is at libertyaid.org. Okay, and thanks for your support. No one's really doing this work against the bankers out there and providing proof. No other human. Okay, just myself. And, this information is at Liberty Aid. Okay, so if you come across this video, you should share it on your Facebook wall, email it to the people you love. They need to know these things, okay? So if you have any questions that come up during this or any video, contact at libertyaid.org. And we usually get back to everyone within 24 hours. And sometimes we make Q&A videos that help a lot of people. Okay. I wanted to go over Liberty Aid's individual offerings on the website and a little bit about what they do and how they can work together, and also upcoming work that Liberty Aid has coming out. Okay, first of all, right now I'm in the process of I'm going to begin the reviewing of every package out there, and I'm going to get them up on the website as new before the new year. And I want them up there because I've had some great updates. I mean, my own wins have just been phenomenal, and other people's, and it's kind of like rounding out the information and giving more detail on the packages, and kind of removing steps that don't need to be done, and the ones that are really working and what to look out for, those kind of things. We always do an update, but now it's like everything's humming along. So, alright, let's get to the offerings, and let's start with the debt removal package. Okay, the overview of when we talk, let's go to the right side there. See that diagram? Okay. Watch the other work out there on Breaking Bank, the series, to understand what the In God We Trust is, its proof, and so on. But basically, the In God We Trust licenses all other corporations, like a person, an LLC, a nonprofit, C Corp, and the like, that you can get at a Secretary of State website. Okay, those are sub-corporations of the In God We Trust, okay? They all have a 9-digit number. The person has what they call a social security number, and the other entities have what's called an EIN, employer identification number. Okay, that allows them to transact in the banking system. Okay, now the first one, the debt removal package, relates specifically only to the person entity. Okay, that's the one with the all capital letter name, that in your name with the social security number. It's a business, okay, and all debt by every bank, when they go to collect debt, if student loans, credit cards, etc., right? When they collect debt from the person, they collect all of it illegally, all of it. There's no exception. Okay, and this tells you how to remove that debt that's trying to be collected against the person. Shows you how to legally do it, and very inexpensively. But it is a bit of a battle to do it. It's the most perfect work. I think everyone, if you have anything, any foreclosure, any acute difficult situation with money, the government, banks, like that, this is what you want to use. Okay, nothing else will work. This is guaranteed to work, and I really suggest you use it, and anyone else who wants to win and stand in truth. Okay, that's what the debt removal package is for, the person. All right, the victimless crime package that we have, that's for the person as well. I kind of recommend that they are used together. This is for, quote, crime, debts to society, what they call criminal cases, quote. Those two packages work together, the debt removal package and the victimless crime, to handle those situations, all right? And then the through the roof package, when you're that's strictly for the person, okay? When you remove the debt that you don't want on there and your credit score is going great and so on for the person, get the through the roof package. It'll show you how to get absolutely all the credit you need for the person. All right. Now, what's going on with the rest of the diagram, right? With the keys and so on. Okay. Let's talk about the trust package next, all right? And that sort of has a two-part to it. It's a common law, irrevocable ecclesiastical trust. It's on the same level as the in God we trust. Okay, they trust in we, Satan, and you trust in Jesus Christ if you get this trust. And so you literally are no longer signed with the devil, and you sign with Jesus Christ. It's a contract to do that and to leave here and go to heaven. That's, see the inner two circles, and the innermost one has a T there. That's your contract directly with Jesus Christ to go to heaven after this lifetime. Okay? All right. Now there's another trust. And why is that there? That's because that's your ultimate backstop. It has no EIN. It doesn't operate in the public. It has no nothing. But your signature, I'm signed to God. And no one, nothing in this place can come between you and your God and that contract, period. You watch. God will show up if anything tries to, and I prove that with my videos and everything. Okay. Now, let's go out from there. See that EINT? That's for, there's two trusts with come with the common law irrevocable ecclesiastical trust package, and the second one gets an EIN, so you can bank with it, own assets in it, and so on. Basically everything a person, LLC, nonprofit, C Corp can do, like that. It can do anything like that. It's a business type, all right? But it's not a taxable entity because it's not created under the In God We Trust. It's not taxable, okay? So it takes grants. It doesn't have income, is not a thing that trusts have, okay? So unless they're created as Secretary of State, which this one is not. Okay, so that's a bit about the trust package and what it can do, and you can hold assets in it. See, it's not, those circles are there because they're not part of an In God We Trust entity. They cannot be any assets in there, any one signed in there. They can't be gotten to by those entities outside that. You're legally and lawfully and in every way possible, spiritually, physically, every way you're with God then, and you cannot be touched, as I prove. So that's the trust package. Now let's jump back up and talk about the corporate credit package and what that is for. That's for all the other entity types, the LLC, the nonprofit, C Corp, and trusts, okay? And the trust you create, this common law trust. That's how to build credit with no personal liability, okay? And in other words, you don't need a good credit score for your person. Personally, you don't need a good credit score to build credit with any of those entity types, LLC, nonprofit, C Corp, or trust, and you can access a lot more credit there, a lot more. And you don't have to sign for it. Like, you know, they want a personal guarantee, you just don't give it. And they're okay with that. As you build, you know, credit with the corporate, you know, with these businesses instead of your person, there's no personal liability. What you want to do basically is consider that one in the center of the circle there, that EIN trust, that's going to basically change over into your person, okay? You're going to treat it that way. You're not going to hold assets in your person. You're not going to transact business in your person's name. No bank account, nothing, right? And you're going to have great credit for that person, all right? Then it just sits there. You operate the trust because no taxes are incurred. And watch the indigent person information in the early videos. Okay, now let's continue on a little bit. The next item is hourly rate and half-hour rate. Now, you may get into some of this and be like, hey, I don't get part of this, or I need help with this, or my individual circumstance, I don't know. What I usually do with that time is I hear the individual situation, and we quickly make a plan based on their information that satisfies the client. Okay, how do I move from here to where I want to be? Well, where do you want to be? Where are you currently? And then I show how the tools can be used to do that. I pretty much recommend everyone should start with a half hour of my time, unless they just absolutely follow all my work and totally get it, or really into it. They're fine, they're good to go, they understand. Okay, but people new to it and stuff, they're in an acute situation, foreclosure, this, that, you name it, right? Get a half hour of my time. I'll give you your options quickly. Okay, then you can be like, okay, I know you process the information, right? And then you go, okay, I'm gonna go this way. All right, great, go that way. I'll give you what you need, the options, and how to go that way. All right. So I mean, no one that has got a half hour, an hour of my time has been upset that they spent the money, because then they don't get packages they don't need. They don't waste their time on stuff they shouldn't be wasting their time on, and so on. It gets right to it. You do your steps, you're good to go. It's extremely useful to people, and I really highly recommend it. Okay, now we're going to get to kind of the last piece of the puzzle here for Liberty Aid and my work I do as Jack McKeag, and so on. And this is going to be, we're going to start mentoring. I haven't worked out the exact details of this, but I'm really, confident that there are people. Wow, it's great. I mean, how do I say it? Congratulations to all the people having such super great success with the work that I put out. Like, it's just super fabulous. It makes me so happy to hear in the emails how great you're doing. I mean, when you post your success with photos and video, what have you, whatever, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, anywhere, that helps other people understand, hey, this is real, because once you get through the gate, you're like, kind of, you pity the other people that don't know this information, how easy it is, how simple it is to get out of these problems. And so please help them out too, by just being like, hey, y'all look this over and it'll cure your situation. Like, let the other people know when you got through a hurdle. Shout out to everyone, because yes, I do this, but everyone's like, man, that guy must be, whatever. No, I'm just some guy, and anyone can do this. That's a part of my work too. I'm just, I was a homeless, living, on a picnic table guy, literally with nothing. Came up from there to here. Okay, God is all powerful. This work works. All right, and I want you to take advantage of it, please, please. So, and if you have any questions, specifically on any of our work, right? Oh, I think I mentioned that. contact@libertyaid.org. Check in with us. We'll do a Q&A video, what have you, but we'll get back to you. Even if we don't do that, we'll write you back, hey, here's the thing. Sometimes it's just great that we get great questions, and we want to share them out, because they're like, oh, a lot of people have asked us. So keep that great stuff coming, and thank you for the support. And we're gonna have we got a couple of sales going on now for your holidays, in case you want to help some people out. And don't worry about what I said about upgrading the packages. If you get them, soon or whatever, we give reasonable upgrades, or next to nothing upgrades for people that have got it recently. Some free upgrades or whatever. I'm just saying, like, that isn't worked out, but everything is working in its current form. The only thing I'm going to do is tweak tiny little things on it. All right. So God bless your success, and thank you for the support.